Hello and welcome to a special edition of Captain's Call with me, Captain Lloyd Mack. I have with me today my Public Works Officer, Lieutenant Commander Mike Hightower, and my Housing Officer, Mr. Ron Singer. Today we want to address some of the things that we've discussed previously. Last night we held a town hall to specifically talk about some of the issues in housing, one of them being potential mold issues, as well as an upcoming steam outage that will put us without hot water for approximately a week. So first and foremost, I want to thank all those who participated in our town hall. I think it was a great venue. It was an outstanding opportunity for us as a community to discuss the issues, come up with some of the solutions, and realize that we're a community and that all challenges that we face will be tackled together and we can come up with solutions together. And anything that we see will be better taken care of as one community in the United Front. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Singer, and we're going to talk about some of that mold.
Roger, sir. Hey, thank you, and thank you to the community. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to talk about some of the things we discussed last night. In my time here, we've done 3 or 4 housing town halls, and definitely last night was the largest. And it's rightfully so, I guess, because it's a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
I want to echo to the community that your housing office is here to support you. And my mission statement, number 1 mission statement, is to ensure for a safe environment in your homes. So with that, we have staff. Housing has staff, and we're moving forward into implementing a better way to support the community. If you suspect mold in your homes, we're asking you to jump on that as fast as possible. Communication is key. We do offer, or we do issue a simple mold guide that if you don't have it, please come and see us. We can issue it. It's also on our CNIC housing webpage. Gives some basic, very simple instructions on what to do if mold is identified or if you suspect mold in your home that you can access or readily clean. On the cleaning front, a basic, simple bleach type cleaner. If you don't have that, please stop by the self-help. We do have a cleaning reuse program. Folks at PCS drop some cleaning supplies off to us. We reissue that into the community. Building or warehouse 925 right across from 3102. If we don't have it, I apologize. A simple bleach cleaner to remedy the issue. If it's deeper than that, please call housing first. I will dispatch one of our inspectors to meet with you to go over some of the things that you've attempted to do to mitigate the issue. If it goes farther than that, we are immediately contacting our Public Works team that will help maybe attempt to get to the root of the problem, but definitely take it a bit further than what you as the occupant have attempted to mitigate. Isn't that right?
That's correct. Yes. We appreciate the opportunity to help fix your issues as well. I'd like to echo Captain Mack's sentiments about the opportunity to meet with the community last night, address your concerns, hear from you directly, and then put out the communication and information that we need for you to hear to know that we're in this together, we're working through it together, we'll get through it together, and we're here to support you. So as Ron stated, if you suspect mold in your home, the process starts with a call to housing. You call housing, they will come out, they will be your consumer advocate, they will step through the process with you, they will offer you suggestions of things you may be able to do in your home yourself to help mitigate the challenges that you're seeing. Beyond that, if it's a larger scale issue that can't be wiped down right away, they will put in a trouble ticket to Public Works. So that starts with a call to 115 for those that don't know. If you're calling from a Japanese cell phone, that number is 0467 630115. So please make sure you're aware of that and you're calling the right number. That trouble ticket will get input into the system. It is a routine trouble ticket that we handle as an emergent issue. Mold is an important topic. It's something that we want to come address for you as soon as possible. Our team from the refrigeration air conditioning shop will come out. They will remove your filters. They will clean your units. They will inspect them for any larger scale issues and make a determination if this is a serious problem, there's an HVAC issue, a continuous leak, continuous moisture or challenges like that. If not, they will leave the system cleaned with the filter replaced and we will all move forward. I want the community to be aware that mold is ubiquitous in the environment. It's something that's around us all the time. If you do any test, you will find mold. It is there. It is naturally occurring. For most people, it is not a concern, it is not an issue. There are some individuals that have specific sensitivities to it, and we appreciate that, and medical is there to serve and support you, and we ask that you please reach out to them to start that process. But from the facility side, we will come out, we will handle it, we will address it right away, and we'll make sure we leave your space the way it is supposed to be, and that you're satisfied with the solution we provided.
So Mike, Ron, let me ask this question. So when one of our tenants suspects mold, how long will it take from you to respond and for you to respond?
Sir.
What's the timeline we're looking at?
So, sir, if it's Monday to Friday during normal business hours, the tenants can be ensured that we will immediately respond that day. They'll contact our shop or our housing office. I will immediately take that to the management team in the facilities section. They will contact the member immediately.
Okay.
We drop everything for issues such as mold. So they can be rest assured if they call us Monday to Friday during normal business hours, you will receive a phone call back within hours.
Okay. And if it's on the weekend?
On the weekend, dialing 115 or the cell phone civilian number may take until the next business day.
Okay.
In some cases.
So it will. To confirm, if you get if you call 115 or 0467630115 after hours or on a weekend, our duty CVs will answer the phone. They will make a determination on whether or not your trouble call is emergency, urgent, or routine. For mold, it is a routine trouble call that we will start handling the next business day. So they will pass that along, and that will go via housing, and they will come out to support exactly how we outlined previously.
So some of the things that were mentioned last night, specifically from the medical officer, was that if you suspect mold and it happens to be after hours, and the first step is to attempt to clean it yourselves. And he made note last night that mold is not a hazard to anybody, for the most part, in regards to cleaning it. So if it is after hours or on the weekends, we ask that you make that first attempt.
So once you have come out and determined that it is mold and say it's not something that you can readily fix and it has to be referred to Public Works, how long will it be from that point that Public Works gets involved and they get out and try to deal with the issue?
Yes, sir. So for a trouble call with respect to mold, our goal is within 24 to 48 hours to be able to respond, to have somebody on scene. And that will be coordinated both with the resident and with housing to get a housing representative on site at the same time. So we can ensure we understand what housing did when they responded, what the residents' concerns are, and what we need to do to move forward. So that is our timeline goal. Obviously, depending on the number of other trouble calls we're dealing with, other things that may be going on, that may be a little longer, but our goal is 24 to 48 hours to be able to respond and get somebody on scene with housing to address the issue.
Okay. All right. Any other things you want to discuss?
No, so I think we covered it. I just want to again remind the community that we take the mold issues as an emergent case, and we act on every phone call. In the previous months, I've had to direct all the phone calls to NAFAC due to a lack of personnel. But now that I have the personnel in place, we can follow our standard operating procedure for mold cases.
Well, I'll just want to reiterate to the audience that, the buck stops with me. So if you're not getting a response from these gentlemen, make sure you contact me, and we'll get the issue addressed immediately. All right?
Yes, sir. It's important. Mold's an issue. Just so the community is aware, here's the things that we've done in light of the recent events. We moved the filter change schedule up 2 weeks in multiple tower units to address the problem and get our people on scene, making sure we're out ahead of this and seeing what the challenges are. We have added an additional filter change schedule into next season. So typically we only change the filters twice a year, sir. One time during the heat to cool transition shoulder season, and one time during the cool to heat transition shoulder season, which we're in right now. We are going to add an additional filter replacement in the summer cooling months. So our team can get eyes on the system proactively, preemptively, change this filter, make sure they're clean, look in the systems, clean them, and do what we need to do. So we are taking steps actively right now in response to the concerns of the community, and we will continue to do so, but we can only do that if you make us aware of your challenges, if you call these numbers, if you follow these processes. We are here to help you. We are here to support you.
All right.
And one of the other things we're doing in the way forward, or moving forward, is to the change of occupancy contract. We're going to add some additional line items for automatic flush and filter replacement.
Good. I think that will certainly help address a lot of the issues.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to table the mold discussion, and let's talk about the steam outage that's going to put us without hot water.
Yes, sir. Huge impacts coming our way. We are well aware of that in the Public Works Department. There's nothing I can say to you today that's going to make this any less of an inconvenience. But we have an emergent issue that requires our attention immediately. So we will be securing the steam line almost effectively completely, starting at 0600 this Saturday. And we are hoping to have that work complete within 7 days. So when we shut that steam down, we will allow 24 to 48 hours for the steam pit itself to cool off to where it's safe for our employees to enter. We will inspect the work to see if it's what we suspect. If it's what we suspect, our shops forces have the capability to execute the fix in-house, and we'll be able to fix it within the timeline we advertised. Hopefully, we start to push the steam back on Wednesday, and it'll take 24 to 48 hours for the system to completely recharge and for everybody to have hot water as they have today.
Yeah.
So that's the process we're going to be stepping through. We understand the inconvenience. I said last night at the town hall that I personally get and my team gets, and we want nothing more than the service we can provide to you. We're going through this with you. We will be taking cold showers alongside of you. We understand the impact. We understand the inconvenience and the challenges. And all I can assure you is my team is doing everything possible to get the service restored as soon as we can.
Right.
And we're going to do it safely. It's a big challenge. It's a big job. A lot of intricacies involved. And it happens to be coinciding with a base-wide power outage that same evening.
Yep.
So that is still going to happen unless the weather dictates otherwise, sir. So that's something we won't do in rain. We will make that call on Saturday morning, depending on the weather and what's going on then. But we're hoping to proceed with the power outage as scheduled from 11 p.m. the 21st on Saturday till 7 a.m. on Sunday. The goal of that and why it's scheduled as such is you should effectively go to bed with power and wake up with power. I understand everybody's personal schedules are different and there will be some impacts, but that's why we scheduled it at that time to hopefully minimize an
Especially
impact.
on the weekend.
Especially on the weekend, that's right, sir. So hopefully that's the case and the impacts are minimal with respect to the power outage. Steam is another issue because we will be without hot water over a multi-day period, up to 7 days.
Now, will weather affect any work needed to be done on the steam line?
We don't anticipate that, sir. Obviously, we're tracking that there's another tropical event coming our way. If there's serious weather impacts, we may have to adjust our schedule and see what's going on there. But at this point, we're not anticipating that. Rain or shine, our local national MLC employees, our USC out there 24/7, round the clock, addressing this to get the steam service restored as soon as possible.
Okay, all right. Well, you got anything else?
I don't, sir, no.
I will add, just so the community's aware, we are fortunate that it's happening in this shoulder season timeline. We have not entered heating season yet. There is no impact to your heat in your home, your office, your warehouse spaces. We sort of lucked out in that regard. Heat will commence on November 13th, the week of November 13th. It will be turned on in housing. So we're going to try to get this work done this week in advance of heating season so to not only restore your hot water as soon as possible, but to ensure when the heat is scheduled to come on, that comes on without a hitch.
Yeah. So what I want to say though is, having that town hall last night was an exceptional event that showed how we as a community can come together and find solutions
Yes,
to
sir.
some community concerns.
Absolutely,
I
sir.
was thoroughly amazed and pleased with some of the responses that we had, especially with some of the spouses,
Yes, sir.
with some of the questions. There were some questions that we couldn't answer
Right.
ourselves.
Yes, sir.
One about baby formula.
Baby
Yes, sir.
formula.
That
Yeah.
was a good idea.
Outstanding feedback.
you
No,
know,
that's why we hold those events. I
Yeah.
totally agree, sir.
Using thermoses.
Yes, sir.
Buying hand warmers.
Yes, sir.
Just lukewarm water,
Yes, sir.
room temperature water for formula. Great feedback. We will look to do more of these town halls
Yes, sir.
to address community concerns. So if you're with us, stay tuned for other information. From my perspective, I'm looking to find ways to mitigate not having hot water. Again, it's west of the Tade River that will be without hot water.
Yes, sir, effectively.
And
Correct.
east, anything east of the Tade on the base will have hot water. So I don't know how that affects every individual on the base, but we are looking at means of trying to provide something in case there is any availability for hot water. All right? Well, I guess with that, I think that closes out this edition of Captain's Call. Again, if you have any further questions, please make sure you contact Skywriter Atsugi at gmail.com. Thank you.